Alright, welcome back! We have PhoneGap Video 2, The Gappening! Hashtag goals, hashtag coding, hashtag hash, hashtag tag, tag. What we're going to do is, our goals today is we're going to convert an existing web app, which is Razorbook, the fake book that we know and love, into a beautiful mobile app, because they're all the rage these days. We're going to make the web page fit on a mobile screen so it looks a bit nicer, so it doesn't feel like a web page. We're going to put a sick logo for it. We're going to change the name. We're going to change the name of the app so it looks nice on our home screen. And to make it all work, we're going to allow Firestore within PhoneGap. This will also fix a lot of other quirky bugs where you can't actually connect to the internet at all in your app, which kind of sucks. So we're going to fix that. We're going to do all 5. We're going to plow right through it, starting, boom, right now. Apologies, rip headphone users. I will try not to slap the laptop. Okay, convert an existing web app. I have a web app that I've made before called Fakebook. I called mine Razorbook. Me, Razor, Fakebook, whatever. And it is these files. Hopefully, if I double click this, fingers crossed. There we go. Cool. Stuff comes up. You can say, hello, everyone. Exclamation mark. Smiley. Enter. Good. And it connects through Firebase. There's likes. There's all sorts of stuff. I want to get this as an app. How do I do that? Well, if you've done the first video, all you need to do is copy these files for your web page, all the different files, for your website, all the files for your website, into the www folder. Here's the www folder from the PhoneGap app, my first mobile app from the previous video, and I'm just going to paste those things in there, replacing the existing index.html. So now, in here, this mobile app is now, maybe I can click on it. Yeah, awesome. How easy was that? Wasn't that ridiculously easy? Wasn't that suspiciously easy? Yes, it was, because there are some things that break. We're going to fix them. It's okay, we're going to fix them. But first, I'm going to show you a few little tricks of the trade. Number 2 actually, because we've just done number 1. Let's make this web page fit on a mobile screen. There is this line of code here that magically makes a web page look much, much better on a mobile. I'll show you. If you don't have it, if you don't have that line, which I'll delete that line. Uh-oh. Hang on, I think I have the wrong folder here. Whoop! Well, that's even worse. Let's just tidy this up. I'm going to start again. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay. Index.html. That does not look right to me. Oh, there it is. Okay. This line here, what it does is instead of making it really, really tiny, like you're designing for a full, massive 21-inch screen, and you're trying to squeeze that onto a tiny phone, it says, hey, look, don't try to stretch this, just keep this as actual size. So if the screen is tiny, that's fine, let it be, just let it be the 300 pixels wide or whatever it is. That is a terrible explanation. That is really, really not very clear at all. I'm going to show you. That'll make it clearer. Without it, it looks like this. Refresh? Yeah, this. Like it's designed for a desktop PC. This is rubbish. And then they're meant to scroll around? What is that trash? No one's going to do that. Razorbook is not going to take off if it's like that. If you want to make it designed for mobile, then you put this bad boy in. Put this line of code in. The way to get it is to just Google phone viewport meta. There you go. Then it will come up. And mostly, people use the same kind of tag for this, the same code. You can copy that straight from the internet. It's a bit different to mine. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it does. It changes something, but it's not too important. Just put that somewhere in your document. It's good to put it inside the head of the document is the standard place to put it. Because the head is for things that don't actually appear on the page. It's information about the page. You put that up there, so just copy and paste that. And then hopefully, refresh, bada bing, bada boom, it's the right size. Okay. I will post this line of code in the comments. Yay! Good! Okay, that's number 1 and number 2. Sorry, I kind of rushed through those. But you'll see the difference. Try it without it and try it with it. You will notice the difference. Let's move on to custom icon. I know you want to have a pretty app. I just know you want to have the most gorgeous app. The best icon around. And to do this and this and this, we need to change the configuration. The config file. config.xml. This gives information about your app. For example, the name. Let's change the name instead of my first mobile app. Let's call it Razorbook, because that's a really cool name. Description, the best chat app in the entire history of the universe. Bold claim, I know, but it is the best. I will leave that as is. We also wanted to change the icon. If you want to have an icon, what I would suggest is Google PhoneGap set icon. Right? Pretty straightforward. Because we are using PhoneGap. If you click on the first result, then it gives a variety of different ways to do this. We can do this for a particular platform, like for iOS, iPhones. We can do it for a platform this way. Or we can just say, if there's an icon, use this one. Maybe this is not as good because it's the same for an iPhone, as an iPad, as a whatchamajiggy, Android they got these days. But it's simple. I like that is simple. You need to put this in your config.xml file. So you double click on the config.xml, this comes up, and put it in. I'm just going to put it after the author icon. Source equals icon.png. This needs to be an actual icon somewhere. Notice that in the www folder, I've got a razorbook.png. So I'm going to do www/razorbook.png because this picture is inside the www folder. www. That is a lot of W's. 3 W's. That's like 6 U's. Nice. Good. So that's the icon. While I'm at it, I may as well change the splash screen as well. Down here, there's also a similar thing to change the splash screen. Yeah. How easy is that? Splash source equals. I'll just make the splash screen the same. It won't look that great, but whatever. It'll have my nice icon. Alright, so 1, done. Like you just copy it into the www folder. That is the only step to convert an existing web app into into a mobile app, depending on how you've done it. Just copy it into this www folder, and just to prove it, if I click on our app, my name is Raza. Yeah, it works. I like to go inspect element and just change it to, there you go, the device view. And then you can preview it on an iPhone and just check that the sizing looks alright. Yeah. Alright, so that's done. Fit on a mobile screen. That was if you Google phone viewport meta. It is this line of code is everywhere on the internet. It is just this line of code. Copy that bad boy in your index.html, and then number 2's done. Custom icon, the name, the splash screen, that is all in the config file, config.xml. There is one other item, which is actually really important because, confusingly, if you click this button and do it in here, in the browser, by the IP address, then it will work, okay? If you test it by double-clicking on the index.html, which is my preferred way to test it, oh, here's what I prepared earlier, then it works, okay? But here's the kicker. If you actually use the PhoneGap build service to publish it, then it doesn't work. No permission. No permission to access the internet. We're big kids now. We don't need permission to access it. We're grown. Well, maybe you do need permission. I don't know. Ask your mum. But this app does need permission to access the internet. So we need to allow Firestore. We'll just allow all web requests. That would be easiest. I have prepared an example of a config file, a config.xml example file, just to show you that this magical code here will let your app access the internet. If you don't have this, or something like it, your app won't be able to access the internet. Won't be able to use Firestore, you won't be able to use like images from the internet, unless you've saved them. So just copy this. In fact, you can copy the whole file if you want to your config.xml file. And again, I'll post this in the description. The magic that you need is here. You might ask, wow, Mr. Anero, you're an absolute genius. How did you know this? Oh my gosh, you know everything. False. Incorrect. I actually struggled for this for a really long time and had to piece together a whole bunch of different things on Stack Overflow and Google, and eventually figured out that this worked with a lot of testing and things not working. So it's okay for things to fail the first time or the 3,000th time. Yeah, anyway, you put that in, save it, and then your thing will work. I'm going to copy this, because I only really need that, to my config.xml file. That's looking good. Again, once you're ready to put it back on the internet, first check that it works through PhoneGap, through this link. You can use the PhoneGap app on your phone, but you will need to be on the same network. Just ask me about that if you want to set that up or try it. Yeah, but just double check that things work, which they do. Create your post. I just like a post. Yeah, things work. Now you can deploy it. So, where am I? Here I am. To deploy, again, my first mobile app is this one. That's the one I wanted to deploy. Get all the files, send to, compress folder. Bam, bam. Ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam, bam. Ba-ba-bam, bam, ba-ba-bam, bam. Ba-ba-bam, bam. Ah. That's fine. Bam, 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 bam. Razza book. Doesn't really matter what I call this zip file anyway. Bada bum bum bum, bada bum bum bum, bada bum bum bum, bada bum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. Now I'm uploading. Bada dun 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 dun. Anyway, you scan that QR code, works on your phone. Oh gravy. Bye.